Well, hello and welcome to my latest edition of Looking for Records. This is Mike from Music City. I was out on an adventure this Saturday morning down in Spring Hill, Tennessee, which is just, I guess it's the next town south of Franklin, which is south of Nashville. And I was on a hunt looking for some baseball cards at an estate sale and did really good, but you obviously don't care about that if you're following my record blog. But anyway, I haven't been to Spring Hill much. I figured there's got to be a record store here in Spring Hill, and there was, and it's called Spinners, and it's here in this little strip mall, and I couldn't tell you where it is, but I'm sure you can find it. And they just opened. It's just after 11 o'clock on Saturday, and we'll go in and see what they might have. And, just a reminder, I'm pretty much trying to look for vinyl in the 70s, things that I should have bought but I didn't buy. So let's see what we can find today here at Spinners in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Okay, here we are inside, and a lot of vinyl in the back here, new vinyl in the front. Got a lot of good selection of old magazines over there, which really got my interest. Let's start looking through vinyls. They had a lot of collectible stuff on the wall that looked a little pricey, but we'll see what we got. We got a selection of CDs and even got some cassettes. Let's dig in and see what we can find. Stacks here, and you got a rock section, you got a pop section. I'm kind of finding that I'm more into the pop than I am the rock, and I'm kind of really finding a great selection here of stuff, and man, really surprised and really was excited to look at all those uncut logos for 50 cents and some lot of good magazines in there. So we're gonna keep looking here. We're doing really good, and I'm trying to get you a look at that front room later where they got a lot of really cool stuff.
Sorry.
Hey, here's the front room here, and place to hang out. Nice books in the corner, a lot of collectible stuff on the shelf. Good selection of new vinyl. Really excited that I come here, and I'm going to get to show you what I bought when I get home. Okay, Mike here again. We're back home after my trip to Spinners in Spring Hill, Tennessee, and man, what a great record store. If you live anywhere in the Franklin, Nashville area, you need to head down to Spinners. What a great selection. Just a lot to look through. They have a lot of priced vinyl, that's, $100, $150, which I thought was kind of unusual to see in these parts. But, I went through the bins, and there's a lot of good buys in there. And I just saw a lot of records that I own that I know are worth a lot more than they had priced. And I, got tempted to buy second copies. And I said, but that's not what I need to be doing now. And also, what I like about it, it's kind of a fun place because there's not only vinyl, there's books, there's magazines, there's DVDs, there's CDs. So it was a real fun place to shop. And I mentioned, you'll see it in the video, I started out in the rock section, but then I said, wait a minute, there's a pop section? And after looking through a little bit of the rock, I realized my tastes were more into the pop section than it was in the rock, even though, why was Ian Dury in the rock? I don't know, but I made it through the whole section of the pop, and you'll see I did find some really cool things. And I mentioned, remember, my focus is on the 70s, things I should have bought, but I didn't. Let me show you a couple other things that I got first. I really love the 33 1/3 series of books, and I picked up this one, ABBA Gold, and I got it for $3.99, which is a good bargain. It's written by Elizabeth Vincentelli. I don't know who. Senior editor at Time Out. So this will be a good one to read. Don't know enough about ABBA, so happy to add that to my stack of 33 1/3. And then I found two cool Mojo magazines. I love to collect. I've got an entire set of Mojo, missing a couple of uncuts, and I think you can see them. They're back there on the wall. But I also love all the special magazines, and there was a couple of Mojo classics that I didn't have, and there was a couple more there that I should have bought because I just checked on the shelf and I don't have them. But this was a 178 New Wave special with Blondie on the cover. It's got Elvis Costello, Paul Weller. I'm kind of, what puzzles me about these magazines? I mean, the list price on this was $12.50, and I'm getting it for $3.99. The resale value on magazines is just terrible, and I just don't know why people don't value them and collect them as much as I love them. So very happy to add this one to the collection. And I picked up another one I knew I didn't have, and I'm not a huge Zappa fan, but this is a nice one to add to the wall, and I'm going to look forward to going through there. Maybe I need to dive in and listen to some Zappa. But let's get into the record stuff. And like I said, I really had fun going through there, and we'll do them in alphabetical order. The first one I picked, I had this on CD, but I didn't have it on vinyl. I recently picked it as my album of the day. Buzzy Linhart's Music, and this was 1970 something. It's not on the cover, and I'm not going to look at probably 73, 74. Buzzy died this past February, and just an incredibly interesting character. His biggest claim to fame was he wrote the song Friends, that sort of became Bette Midler's theme song. But there's a couple of really good songs in here. I always love Talk About a Morning, The Bag I'm In. I had it on CD, didn't have it on vinyl, and it's something I really am proud to have on vinyl. And he is an interesting character, did a lot of cool stuff associated with a lot of cool Greenwich Village people. There is a great biopic on Buzzy that you can find on YouTube. So I really suggest that. We don't see his name anywhere on it. It's just called Music, but it is Buzzy Linhart, Linhart. The next one was something I had on my list to look for. Oh, and by the way, that was $5.99, and you'll notice all these are nicely labeled and the prices. This is something I wanted to get because I'm working on my next ranking records video. Is going to be in 1974, and I was missing something that I really liked back then. I don't know where it's going to fit in the rankings, but I didn't have it on vinyl. I had it on 8-track, and that's Linda Ronstadt's "Heart Like a Wheel" album. I think it's just a great record. And you know, the thing about this one, there was a lot of copies of it there. There's about 6 or 7 of them. I think because this is one of those albums that a lot of people owned back then, and the conditions weren't really good. I mean, there's a little bit of watermarks on the cover here, but the record looked fairly well, so I was glad to add this one. Like I said, I had it on 8-track, now I've got it on vinyl, and it can get into my 74 ranking, which you need to keep an eye out for. So I'm really happy to get that for $5.99. In general, I thought the prices were really good. They knew that they had some things that were worth a little more, and they priced them up. Like, give you an example, one of the things I'm trying to collect is I want to get all the Sparks albums because the covers are so darn cool. And they were like in the $16, $17 range. So that's something I passed on. I'm going to try to find those at a better price. Two more to look at. And one of my other passions, and I'm sort of really, it's going to become a serious thing that I'm collecting, and it's 70s live records. And I got 2 good buys here. I used to have this one on 8-track too, and this is upside down. It's Rod Stewart and the Faces. What do they call this? Coast to Coast, Overture, and Beginners. I did see him on that last tour with the Faces. The only time I got to see Rod and the Faces was their last concert ever, which was at Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. And the opening act was Peter Frampton. What a great show. Happy to be there. Looking forward to getting into this one. Actually, I'm going to put this one on here in just a second right now. But good cross selection of stuff that he did with the Faces. And I'm going to probably do a follow. I do have a video on classic live albums. I'm probably going to do a follow-up part 2, and I think this will make the cut. And lastly, again, another 70s live album. This is from 75, and another artist I saw perform this time, around this time at the Capitol in Passaic. And I don't believe that this is where this is from. I'm not sure where this is from at all, or where the Rod Stewart was. Matter of fact, I need to do some homework on that. But Stephen Stills Live, and I guess that's the front cover. And this is the back cover. You know, Stills had his moment in time, and this has got an acoustic side and an electric side. You know, wooden ships on it. Rocky Mountain Way? That's a surprise. And then on the acoustic side, Change Partners, Crossroads. So, you know, again, you know, Stills is somebody who's just had a very fascinating, interesting career. Been in a lot of bands, done a lot of good things. And I'm looking forward to checking this one out too. What a great day. I can't believe it. I'm going to get ready to listen to some music. And we're going to do some more looking for records. I've got a couple other stores in the area in mind. And boy, hopefully in 2021 I'll be traveling. And you can get to see some of the other record stores across America. You know, I have one son lives in San Francisco, one lives in Philly, and there's some great stores I want to take you to in both of those cities. But for now, hey, thanks for following. Thanks for watching. Please click the like button, share it on your socials, and the last I looked, 593 subscribers. My goal is to hit the 1,000 mark this year. So please, if you haven't done so, subscribe. Watch some of the other videos, ranking records, shopping for records, or looking for records, whatever I call it. And my favorite thing that I do is something called Great Forgotten Records. And there's a handful of records in it that I want to make sure that you get to listen to. But hey, it's great seeing you again. And this is Mike from Music City signing off.